The British Media Regulator Office of Communications, the Ofcom, revoked the broadcasting license of the Chinese state broadcaster China Global Television Network, the CGTN, on Thursday. The reason they cited was the influence of the Chinese government on the program. The station is ultimately controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, which is not permitted under British broadcasting law, the authority announced on Thursday. Well, China. The Chinese Foreign Ministry severely criticized the decision on Thursday. China is firmly against the restriction of Chinese media agencies, said a spokesman in Beijing. This in turn accused the British broadcaster BBC of spreading fake news about the corona situation in China and asked the public broadcaster to apologize. The BBC recently linked the pandemic to politics and warmed up the theories of a Chinese cover-up, the statement said. The British broadcaster had accused the authorities of using violence to enforce the corona rules and demonstrated this with a film clip that actually showed an anti-terrorist exercise. After Washington tightened regulations for China's state media and reduced the number of journalist visas in spring 2020, China responded by expelling at least 13 US correspondents. Ofcom's decision is likely to lead to a new tension between the UK and China. The two states have been in dispute for a long time, partly because of China's tough crackdown on the democracy movement in Hong Kong. At the end of January, China announced that it would no longer recognize the so-called BNO passports, which guarantee the holder the status of a British citizen overseas as a travel document and proof of identity. The government in London had previously announced that it would allow the approximately 350,000 Hong Kong residents who hold such a passport to be granted a 5-year residence permit in Great Britain. In theory, up to 5.4 million people in the former Crown colony would be entitled to a BNO passport. The decision was a reaction to the State Security Act, which gives China's security organs far-reaching powers in what is actually an autonomous special administrative zone. The UK had repeatedly criticized China's human rights violations in the western Chinese region of Xinjiang and excluded the Chinese network supplier Huawei from the 5G network expansion due to security concerns. The state broadcaster CCTV and its international offshoot CGTN have had their European headquarters in London since 2018. The investigation into the broadcasting license was triggered by several complaints against the broadcaster. In May, the media regulator found a breach of the UK Media Code due to one-sided coverage of the situation in Hong Kong. In July, the agency was right in a complaint made by the British Peter Humphrey. The latter had accused the state broadcaster of broadcasting a confession that was forced during his imprisonment in China, not only on Chinese state television, but also on its channels worldwide, including in Great Britain. Ofcom described the broadcast as wrong. And that is a situation where it will be interesting in the future. How far will this escalate? Will this hit British correspondents in Hong Kong, for example, that are reporting on the movements? But we will have to see. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.